Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Unfiltered commentary. And not your truth, the real truth. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for your support. Welcome back from National Review. Here we go. This is a big deal. I remember 1972, I believe it was. I was my second year in high school. And I'll tell you, when Roe v. Wade, Supreme Court ruled. Now, I want to say here what I'm going to say in the rest of this story. This, in essence, isn't about the legality of abortion or illegality or any of the rules associated with, i.e., after a certain number of weeks, that kind of thing, heartbeat and all that. This is not what this is about, at least for a lot of the justices. I read some of their pieces, some of their predictions, or I shouldn't say predictions, some of the things they believe in as far as government can go. Roe versus Wade, in this case with the Supreme Court, really has nothing to do with abortion itself. Now, whether you're pro-abortion, pro-choice, anti-abortion, pro-life, whatever label you want to put on it, that's not what this is about. This is about returning to the states the laws and rights and procedures concerning abortion. I have my own personal beliefs. I'm pro-life myself. I pretty much was when I was a Democrat many years ago. Using it for birth control is absolutely horrid, and I think even the pro-abortion people will agree with that. As we look back on the 19th century, the 1800s, and slavery with disgust and anger, and what we think some of the people that participated in slavery, that holds over even today, even though it shouldn't, we're going to look back now on the late 20th century, early 21st century, with such disdain and disgust about abortion. Now, like I said, when Supreme Court ruled in the Roe v. Wade case, the famous case in 1972, they said it was a constitutional right for a woman to have an abortion. That is incorrect. It was one of the worst decisions ever made, not because you're pro or anti-abortion. Not at all. That's not the way judges think. And nobody's had the guts so far, as far as statewide, to bring a case all the way to the Supreme Court. This is government overreach. We'll say tomorrow the court rules in favor of Mississippi or Texas, whoever the case is coming up. It does not mean abortion is illegal. It's nonsense. It's a lie. All that means is the states get to decide what the parameters are for legal abortions. Now, some are going to say, well, some states are going to make it so restrictive that a woman wouldn't even know she was pregnant until it was too late. That might be true. Of course, usually a woman knows with adjustments in her body, but we'll say they're clueless and they don't. That might be true. You can always go to an adjoining state. It's not stopping abortion. And that's the thing that the justices are grappling with. I want to make that clear at the beginning. Democratic Senator Shaheen said if the Supreme Court overturns the landmark decision of Roe v. Wade, it would be precedent of revolution. That's nonsense. When asked by a reporter if public discussion over abortion had tempered since 1973 ruling, she answered that outrage and potentially violence could erupt among young people, especially in the event of a reversal. Protesting all you want. Violence, no. I hope the Supreme Court is listening to the people of the United States, because to go back to Adam Sexton's question, I think if you want to see a revolution, go ahead. Outlaw Roe v. Wade and see what the response is of the public, particularly young people, because I think this will not be acceptable to young women or young men. Like I said, this is the con. This is the lie. Or maybe they don't even know any better. She's a senator. I'm sure she knows. This is not outlaw abortion. It was an overreach by the federal government in Roe v. Wade. The states should be able to decide what the parameters are, the legalities are, abortion in their states. Senator was referring to the High Court's upcoming review of Dobbs v. Jackson's Women's Health Organization, a case originating in Mississippi that challenges state law prohibiting abortion after 15 weeks. Which, by the way, for those of you out there, it's almost 4 months, with some exceptions, it says. That's 4 months, folks. I mean, you know you're pregnant. If you don't know you're pregnant by almost 4 months in, you got some serious issues mentally. The proceedings will start with opening arguments on Wednesday. They're expected to address remaining ambiguity around fetal viability and whether abortion can be outlawed at an earlier stage of fetal development. In order to rule in favor of the Mississippi law to allow an abortion ban before 23 weeks in the state, Roe v. Wade must naturally be nullified, from which point the issue will be returned to the states to decide. Roe v. Wade never decided how long, what's the cutoff from having an abortion. That never happened. So technically that's not true. It will nullify Roe v. Wade, though, and like they said, return to the states to decide, which was the whole entire point of all conservatives and constitutional-minded people. In a different statement, Sheen said, I lived the consequences of a pre-Roe era. I had friends in college who were forced to seek dangerous back alley abortions. That's BS. Because women across the country were denied access to critical family planning services. Yeah, in 1966 maybe. Not today. Not today. You get any state in the union, even some very restrictive states as far as time goes in gestation of the infant, you can just go to another state. It's not outlawing abortion. We cannot allow Republican lawmakers to turn the back on clock on women's reproductive health and rights. And there we go. Got to throw in the Republican. Roe wasn't a decision that impacts women or isn't just a decision that impacts women, their health, and their financial security. It also impacts generations of families. Yeah, I mean, let's tell the truth here, folks, okay? I believe African Americans represent 17% of the population. I'm remembering from memory, but I'm sure I'm close. But they also represent half of all the abortions performed in the United States. The numbers are slowly going down, by the way. In today's modern society, I'm sorry, barring some very, very bad things that would happen to a woman, I can't get into now because the algorithm will throw this video into the toilet, you getting pregnant by accident are extremely slim. It's even a very small window if you use no protection at all or no birth control at all. Still only 2, 3, 4 days a month, I believe, if I remember right, when a woman can conceive. So it's ridiculous. It really is. Maybe in 1960s where she was thinking, yeah, okay, all right, but not today. You can get an abortion in every single state. And if Roe v. Wade gets chucked and some of the, well, I shouldn't say harsher, some of the tougher laws on abortion in certain states, in this case Mississippi and others, Texas, you can just go to another state. I really don't want to hear that you can't get an abortion. And if you really don't know what you want to do and you're pregnant and you don't know what you want to do by the 15th week, that's almost 4 months, folks. If you don't know by then, there's something seriously wrong with you mentally. It's a huge decision for a woman to make. The vast majority regret it and have depression after, but that's their call. I'm pro-life, but what I'm saying is if you step back and take an overview of this whole thing, this isn't about whether you believe it's evil and whether you're about killing children. This is about whether the U.S. government, in this case the Supreme Court, has the jurisdiction to overreach to make abortion the same all over the country. This is about states' rights and the right to govern the people that put them in office in that state. It's really that simple. And to say that it's something else is a lie. It's twisted and it's wrong. If we're going to have serious discussions concerning serious topics like this, it makes it disingenuous to lie like this. That means you don't have an argument. If you can make your case for or against and make it articulated and make a really good case either way, I have more respect for you. But someone just uses lies to try to push their point, which means they don't have a point. They're not intelligent enough or rational enough, or maybe they simply just can't talk it away. We'll see. Roe versus Wade, if reversed or nullified, will not outlaw abortion in the United States, and anybody that tells you so is lying. Until next time, goodbye and good luck.